use this time period to go over some restorative. Has anyone heard of restorative yoga? Yes? And so you practice it a little bit? Good. Oh, Iyengar. She's good. She knows a lot then. Iyengar is a type of yoga which is highly recommended for therapeutic. In fact, that would be great. We were just talking about Iyengar moves slowly with a lot of alignment. So very safe, very safe. And I think that's what you want to remember. Is obviously you're not going to go into these hot, fast yoga places. A restorative yoga pose takes a while to set up. Once you're in it, you want to enjoy it for a little bit. Anybody done feet up the wall? Feet up the wall. Feet up the wall. Okay, yes, you have?
No, I was just saying, I feet up the wall.
Who gets inflammation or swelling in their feet or legs here?
Hello.
Hello? Alright. So, who gets like blue feet? Anybody get blue feet?
Oh,
Maybe I can see that in Michigan where it's cold. My students come in, their feet are blue. No? Okay, good. No. So, who wants to be a volunteer for Feet Up the Wall? If somebody wants to go down on the floor, let me show you.
Jen was good. I saw it in her face. She said she was good.
All right. You want to do it? Well, anybody can do this. This is kind of like the big kahuna. If you were going to pick one exercise, one pose for restorative yoga to help rejuvenate, this is it. This is it. All right, so I'm going to show you how to get into it.
I used to lay in bed and just put my feet up and put them on the wall.
Well, then you know how to do it.
That's not.
That's it.
When I tried it last year, it didn't work.
It didn't work because... Okay, so we're going to get up to the wall. It's a little tricky, but it's worth it once you get there.
Okay.
All right, so you get real close in. Can you guys see? So you get real close in, and then you come on down and you swivel up, like that. You gonna try? You still want to volunteer?
Yeah, I'm not going to move that fast though.
No, don't expect you to. All right.
See,
So-
she set herself down. That's how I went down.
All right, so that's another thing. How should we get down? Okay, so that's one way. I teach my students to kind of bend their knees. Lean against this wall here. Put your butt to the wall. Okay, now we're going to take our, bend your knees. Bend your knees. You can do it. Bend them, 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 bend them. Fingers down. Yup, yup. You can do it. You can do it. Walk your fingers towards the mat. There you go. There you go. You're down. You are. You can do it. You can do it. You did it. Yay! So this is a really big thing. I mean,
Purple face.
it's very rosy. A lot of people come to a yoga teacher and say, "Will you just teach me how to get up and down from the floor?" Does anybody think that? Don't worry. Don't worry. All right. So now you're going to get close in towards it. You're going to come into, you can sit down on your buttocks. Your buttocks, your sit bones. Come down. You're going to come down on your butt. Right. So another alternative to this is to put your feet up on the chair. Would you rather try that? No. Come on down on the floor. Just stick your butt. Sit down with me. Sit down with me. There you go. All right. Yay! Alright, so now you're going to turn your torso this way.
You're sure about that?
Yeah, I am.
My fingerprints are more else. My hands are sweaty.
Okay, come on, you can do it. You've got good fingerprints. So while he's doing that, there's a few different ways to get down, right? So this was one way, right? And you always have someone helping you spot you, right? And you slowly come down. Yep, getting there. All right, so now we got to move in a little bit closer. I'm not kidding you. You want to get your hips up walk into the wall here. When you get your hips up close. We're going to go through the wall. So, you know what? Restorative poses can take a while to set up. They really can. Now we're going to walk your body a little to the right. So take your shoulders and kind of walk them up. That's your hips. There you go. Keep going with your body. Right. Okay. You're going to walk your shoulders over a little bit like that. Okay. Now, go ahead and take my ankles. Grab them. Squeeze them. All right, now start to move your butt in a little bit towards the wall. There you go. Keep doing that till you get nice and close. You're doing it.
This is almost how I get out of bed, except I'm on my stomach.
That's pretty good. All right, so now you just stay here. How you feeling?
My face is going to explode.
Your face is going to explode? Okay, so when the ears are tilting down, we want to put something under the head so his face doesn't explode. Yes, he's working it, right?
That makes a difference.
So now when you first start this, there you go. How's that feel? It feels good. Yeah.
Sound like a my pillow.
We just happen to have one. All right, should we put this over your eyes? Okay. There it goes.
There, I see what it does.
All right, you just breathe over there, okay? You put your hands on your belly. So he can stay here as long as he's comfortable. And then another thing people like to do is put a sandbag or a beanbag on top of their feet. You seen that before? So what might start to happen is he might get some tingling. So that's normal to feel a little bit of tingling. Usually what happens is people build up. It sometimes freaks them out the first time. They're like, oh, this is a little weird, feeling a little sensation here. So, are you feeling that at all or no? No. He might not feel it, and it might depend on the amount of swelling, too, and inflammation. It has almost immediate effects. Very good for circulation, for the cardiac system, for the nervous system. So this is highly, highly recommended. I know it looks kind of threatening that, to get your feet up. You can also to the wall. The other way to do it is to use a chair. So the other way would be to lie down and put your feet up. Anybody want to do that? Or should I just show you? So
your feet be more, your whole body should be more perpendicular.
yeah, the closest you can get and feel comfortable. So that's a good question, and sometimes it's related to the back of the leg, how tight. What's going on back here? How you doing?
I'm doing fine. I don't want to lock my knees.
No. Oh, ooh, he knows. Ooh, he knows. This is very.
I'm a mixed service man.
We know not to lock the knees. So we want to keep the joints loose because when they lock, what happens?
The blood starts flowing.
The energy cannot run through. So we do not want to lock the knees.
If you're standing, you fall.
What'd you say?
If you're standing, you fall.
When you lock your knees? Yes.
Oh yeah, in the military you have it all the time. People in formation, they lock their knees and they just poof.
Now what happens though? People who have the foot drag, what happens?
Drag the foot.
Yeah, but it often, the foot locks, right? And that can't be helped as far as I can tell. We work on it all the time. And there seems to be less of that when we do the yoga to stretch it out. Okay, so you can stay there as long as you want. You can stay here the whole time if you want to. So with restorative yoga pose, it can be held for 3 minutes, it can be held for 20 minutes. That's about it. If you were to go to a restorative yoga class, it would run about an hour and a half usually, and it might only be anywhere from 5 to 6 poses. And the way we run it is we go around and help people get into the position. You can easily do this at home with a few different poses, which I'm going to show. Anybody else want to go on the floor and do spinal twist? So we can show some of these? You want me to show you what spinal twist is?
Yes.
Let's just see what it looks like. So we're here, and our arms are in T. This already feels great, right? And we put our knees above our hips, and then we let them go over to the side. Any takers?
You're doing a good job.
I am a volunteer.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Similar to ones I already do it.
Okay, good. So if you do this to one side, you do it to the other. Again, you can hold it for a minute. You can hold it for a twist. I recommend every day. It's so good for digestion. So he takes his, you're going to bring your arms into a T. Good. And then he slides his knees, come over towards his right. Good. There you go. You're pretty open. So go ahead and bend your elbow a little bit. There you go. How does this feel right now to you? We're going to do a
A
few.
little bit of a pull. I've been doing my.
Okay, so where is the pull?
This week. It's in my.
Yeah.
It's like.
So we could put a pillow maybe here.
Actually, pull my way.
The pull went away. Okay, so that's the other thing. You start to melt into these poses, and that's the advantage of them. We have fascia all over our body. In fact, there's so many studies coming out now of how fascia, which is soft connective tissue, is all over our body. It lines every organ, and it's pliable. It's plastic. It will move. So to stay in this pose for a little bit and put your head down.
You're gonna put that under my.
Is that better underneath your shoulder like that? Get a little. So
My
if
shoulder was
some.
fine.
Okay. All right, good. So you would just practice your breathing here. So sometimes people have a shoulder or an elbow that comes up, and you just stick something underneath there so the body can relax. The idea in restorative yoga is to relax and rest, and then you might have something over. How are you doing over there?
Fine.
Okay. All right, so I got another one now.
I think I used to do this when I was a kid.
We got another one. This is yummy. They're all yummy. So this one is back bend, and it's a passive back bend, right? Some of you probably done this either in PT, or you've done it in different classes. This is called bridge, right? So this is passive. The block or a blanket or pillow goes underneath your sacrum, and it opens up this whole front of the body, so then you can breathe easier, right? And when we sit all day, or we walk, whether we walk with a walker or a cane or not, we're like this very often. So this is reversing the energy in a back bend. Anybody gonna try this? It's yummy. I didn't want to come up. Oh, come on! It's very comfortable. There you go. So lie down. Good. All right. So we can see again that the forehead is tilting down, right? And that's generally not so comfortable. It's going to tighten this whole area in the shoulder. So we want to put a pillow or towels. You don't have to buy fancy yoga props. You can use what's in the house. So we try to have his ears level with his shoulders. Is that better? Feels good. And so that it's more, the head is more level. Then his feet are great. They're just outside his hips. We're going to place this block underneath your sacrum and go ahead and now you get to adjust it. Find the flat part that's kind of comfy to be there. Some people are very sensitive back here. Probably better off either with a block and a blanket or a towel over the block if they are sensitive. How you doing? So now you can just be here as long as you want. So the idea is we want to do a twist, a back bend. So if we do a twist, we do it right and left. We want to do a back bend. We want to do a forward bend. And this is an inversion, right? We reverse the flow. So we still have forward fold to do. And I'm thinking we show this one in a chair. So who wants to do with the chair? I'll show you what a forward fold looks like. I mean, there's so many of them. That's the thing, there's hundreds of yoga postures. It's adapted for the body. So we could have the feet up and maybe one knee bent. That's going to open up the hip a little bit more, right? So we might be right here. This could be it. Now, if it was going to be more relaxing, where I just wanted to let my body melt, you could build this up with towels, blankets, or pillows, and relax and breathe. But you're giving the body a line of energy to open up. Any takers on this? Yes.
Right where she
She's
is.
doing it. She's doing it. All right. So you actually, you're in the pose. You can use a pillow. Do you want the pillow? Okay. All right. So then there's so many variations on this, right? So here's another one. And sometimes we use 2 chairs or 3 chairs. How you guys doing? Yep. You switch sides. Whatever we do to one side, we want to do to the other. That's really good.
Sit here like this?
Yep, you can stay as long as you want. You can come out of it whenever you want. I want to show you one other variation that, since you've got that block under you, here's another block.
Right there.
Oh, thank you. All right, so this is really fun too. There's something about gravity and energy. So you put the block there and then you let your feet come up. This is very similar to feet up the wall. My students love this. You know, you can play here. You're totally free. Do whatever you want. You can be still, not still. It's yummy. It's completely delicious. Would you agree?
Yeah, good. I
It's
thought it'd be a lot harder.
it's effortless, isn't it?
That's back, it's not hurting me at all.
No, it should be yummy. Yoga should be yummy. It should be delicious. If not, don't do it. Right? Or maybe it feels yummy after. It doesn't feel so great while you're doing it. So we might do a stretch where we have one leg out to the side and then another knee bent like this, right? These chairs are a little funky with the arms. Probably better without so many arms. And so again, this could be a forward fold with blankets, or it could be a side bend where we hold it. This is a little bit more, this isn't quite restorative, but what a nice stretch, right? Anybody want to try it? I'm not getting tight clothes on this one. All right, thank you.
Hey, nobody go for it.
Of course, you know what you do to one side, you do to the other. So if anybody wants to switch or try,
So this one is bent?
yep. Oh, he's open. This guy's got open hips. Really nice. Really nice. Yes. Yep. We're going to take your thumb and just turn it this way. Beautiful. Good. Lengthen through the elbow. How are you feeling?
It stretches right along the ribs.
Right along here, right?
Yep.
Now go ahead and breathe in this. Nice. So this pose is done on the ground, right, traditionally? But who says you have to go down? You don't. Nice. All right, and then come up and switch sides.
Okay. So this one would be bent.
Exactly. You're very open. Not everybody is as open. And if they're not, if their knee is coming, we can tell he's open because his knee is just coming flat down. That's not typical. So we would put a block or blankets or pillows under his knee so that it could release. The more he relaxes, the more the fascia is going to release. Good. How you feeling? Now go ahead and look up towards your elbow. There you go. Nice. Now bring your head up a little bit. There you go. Now we breathe. you're so open, if you want to do the V, you can certainly do the V, where both legs are open.
Okay, thank you.
You want to show that?
Sure.
Okay.
But probably on the
Yes.
floor.
Okay. Oh, he's so comfortable. Great. Oh, you see, this is one open guy.
Was he a cheerleader?
Okay. You guys, you're not all gonna be like that, all right? So he could turn this into a restorative and kind of hang out on these and relax his head down. If he went, well, he's doing a side bend right now, but if you went forward, you could relax here. Shoulder bend your elbows a little bit, and then relax your forehead on your hands. There you go. You got glasses on, but we don't use glasses for restorative yoga. Those come off. So you'd be relaxing stack your palms.
Okay.
There you go. Now put your forehead.
Bring it down.
There you go. Is that better?
Yeah.
Now, it's not exact because we would build up the pillows to where you would stay there for a little bit. The longer he stays, the more of a stretch he's going to get. A guy like this has to stay there a while to really start to feel it. Not everybody's like that.
Am I doing what he's doing?
Go for it. You want to do the bridge? You might as well try the bridge.
What I was doing.
What he was doing.
I was down doing that, so I didn't see it.
Okay, go ahead. All right, so now put your feet outside your hips. Okay, now lift your hips up. We're going to place this underneath. You get to adjust it so it's right for you. Okay, so now you just lay here and breathe a little bit. Exactly! All right, so another one, butterfly. This is one of my favorites because it's another kind of back bend.
I'll have to quit her, I can't see it.
Okay.
I can't see it.
Well, do we have a volunteer for this one, or you maybe is?
Oh,
So
if somebody
this,
else wants to do that's fine, if not, I'm game.
anybody? This you can do in bed. The firmer the surface, the better.
Mindy, can we go to the far side of the pillars, please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, got that yoga airiness going. All right, so it looks like this. And we might put a block underneath this too. So it depends on the angle of your spine, where you're at. So again, he's really open, probably not going to put any blocks under him, but a lot of people are here. So then we put blocks underneath so that there's something for the thighs to rest down on. This is really yummy. If any of you guys have shoulder issues going on, anybody got shoulder and neck issues? So you,
I do.
yes,
Yeah.
almost everybody, right? This feels good. Now you can make this thicker or thinner. You can use a towel. You can double up 2 yoga mats. So,
Just taking the shoes back. Didn't want to lose them.
we might stack a block underneath this for someone who didn't want to go that low down. So the block would be underneath. I'll just show it. You might not want it.
I'm a lawyer, I'm used to being low down.
Oh, you know what? She's going to want you more over here. We're going to get yelled at.
Okay.
So you want to find the place where it's not going to cut into your back. Right? So everybody's different. That's the thing. We adapt. All right, so now he has a little bit of an angle here. You can come up a little further, I think. Yeah. There you go. And this is a nice, we call this cactus.
Hands off to the side.
The arms. Butterfly is the feet together, that's correct. So he is very open, right? But he's not totally down, so, you know, we might. Do not force the yoga. Do not force the yoga, okay? All right. How does that feel? Is there any difference when we put those there?
I felt more of a stretch without them. Am I supposed to feel a stretch or not?
You're so open, maybe not. That would be up to you. So a lot of this is intention. We go back to what's the intention? Is the intention to relax? Is the intention to open? Right? So a twist is a little more intense when we bring the knees in towards the shoulders a little more, and then I'm gonna get. So, if the intention was to stretch, no blocks. If the intention is to relax, yes blocks. Usually it's not. Is that better? So we use, in restorative yoga and Iyengar yoga, props are used. They're our friends. They're not doing the pose for you. They're helping you feel the pose. They're helping you feel the energetics of opening up the body. That's what this is doing. How you guys doing here? He's cold out.
Maybe you need another binder.
You can stay as long as you want there. Never that close. All right, this is I would be remiss not to show this to you because it's my favorite for spasticity and spasms, rigidity, flexibility. Anybody? I'll show you what it looks like. So we're here, and we go out here. We go here. We might go here. This isn't so yummy, but it is after. So if somebody's really flexible, then the leg goes straight. If they're not, the knee stays in. Anybody gonna try this? Oh, come on. Somebody has tight hamstrings in the calf in here.
I'd love to. I have terrible hamstrings. Terrible spasticity.
See, they both want to fighting over it. So I have lay down. There you go.
Especially in my left leg.
All right.
In my right leg, the other leg.
Remember, they're co-workers. There's no good and no bad, right? All right, underneath your head. So we'll start with the right one. Right leg, left leg. So you do not need a fancy yoga tie, but you can get these really cheaply at Target or Kohl's or wherever you live, I'm sure, in Walmart. Wow, he's tight. He's definitely tight. All right, so first thing we want to do is relax the shoulders. So the shoulders are not going to help you loosen up here. Right? Yep. You're going to breathe. Am I going too far? No. You guys seen this in PT before? Yeah? Some of you seen this? I have students who keep a tie by their bed. Now, you can use an old men's tie. You do not, or a bathrobe belt. You do not have to go buy a yoga strap if you don't want to. Relax the shoulders!
I have a flex band.
No, do not use the flex bands because they give. Right, you're not going to get this.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so now we're going to let it come out to the side. So relax. So your hands and your shoulders out here. Right, so that's the one thing. Is the tie can add in a little bit of tension. So the thing to be conscious of is you don't need to hold a tie for your life. It's not going to go anywhere. How do we do it? Right, bend the knee. Bend the knee. Place the foot down. Now take a few breaths. Now, if you did this at least once a day, I think you're going to notice a difference in your flexibility. Yeah. If you do it twice a day, even better. So maybe when you get up, maybe in the middle, when you first get up, you're tight. So just know it's not going to get as much. Then midday, maybe before bed. I think before bed is really effective because the spasms are going to reduce, right? Good question. So I wanted to see his face relax a little bit, like the space in between his eyebrows kind of soften. So I was looking for that. That's a tolerance level thing. You do not have to hold it long. You're going to go this way. So now he could do this by himself. I'm just giving him a little bit more juice. All gets it together. So we often say the breath is the edge detector. If you've lost your breath, get out of the pose. If you cannot breathe, you're done, right? It's defeating the purpose. Just like when the shoulders are tensing up, that's going to defeat the pose too, right? So now we do the other side. Yeah? Okay, so you'll get to do it yourself then. All right. So take anywhere from 3 to 10 breaths. So you're pressing the thigh away from you. That's right, beautiful. See, he's softening. He's probably happier that he's doing it without my juicing it up a bit, right? Keep pressing through your flexors. I highly recommend this. I can't say enough about it.
Straighten out the knee or.
Not if he's not ready, right? So if we go back here, there's kind of some hardness back there. He's not ready yet. But if he did this every day and we saw him at the next cruise, right? He might be straightening his legs. It's possible. It's certainly not going to get worse, right? And that's something we want to do too, is make sure it doesn't get any worse. So you're lengthening the back side of the body with this. All right, so one other one down, because this is also, anybody want to go on their belly? Who gets tight here? I know somebody does, because lots of people are tight there. I'll show it to you. So, we're on the belly. You could do this potentially in bed. You could, right? Have you guys ever gone to PT where they have you hang your leg over the side of the bed? I know some, or no, the side of the sofa. No? Yes, no? No? Okay, so this is one where we could use the tie or not, and we're going to go for the front of the thigh. So I have long arms, so I can pull this in. And the idea is to get a stretch along the front of the thigh. And the psoas area. There you go. Good. Good, good. Now some people can't reach their ankle or their foot, and then we use a tie. So we want to keep the knee in line with the sit bone. Good. Now you have a choice. You could be up on your elbow with your elbow under. Wow, you know it. Okay.
No, I don't.
You do. You're doing great. You're doing great. So now turn the left side of your body. Right.
Okay.
Actually towards the right. Towards the right. There you go. And bend your elbow a little bit. What are you feeling right now?
Pull, a lot of pull
Describe where you feel that pull.
in my thigh.
In his thigh. In the front of his thigh. It's yummy, right? Delicious!
Slowly, stretch it out. Yeah, there you go.
Slowly, right, with patience. Yes.
Right now it seems a little more.
All right, so take it. You're pretty much done. You've done enough on that side. That was a little while. So give it a release. Maybe, and I really encourage you to go slowly. Feel the side before you go to the other side. You can go for it. You tighten the front too. All right, so we'll use the tie. We'll show it some of the side. Okay, well, now the tie is around your left leg. Come on down to your belly. Alright, and now you can take the tie in your hand. So you might stay right here. Oh, you did this one already. Okay. here. So in the chair, you can get a thigh stretch as well. Can you guys see? So we turn to the side and hands on the chair or the back of the chair. And this knee, for some people, this is a stretch right here. This is a stretch. The psoas gets extremely tight. So this might be the stretch. For some, they might stretch, they take the leg out like that. Anybody want to try it? This is a little bit of a balancing act, by the way, because we're holding on to the chair. But you got the chair, and so the intensity sometimes is more so. So this is really nice. And if we wanted to, we could get a front here and do a twist. There's so many things you can do in the chair. Are you feeling the stretch right now?
Yeah, I know I'm hurting later.
Yeah, you'll be on film. No, you might be a little sore the next day, but it's a good sore, right?
Yeah.
It's a yummy sore.
It's stretching the muscles very well.
Is it stretching right here? Yeah. It's a chair yoga is amazing.
I mean, I feel it through my buttocks here, everything.
Yeah. It's really good. Now some people, if they can put a block underneath here, so we use the prop, and then they can relax and do a little more. Some people do this. I have a student who likes to do this. She's like a little pretzel. Yeah, to get a little bit more into it. All right. Anybody have any questions? Do you have like a video? I'm working on a video. Someone actually donated some money to the foundation to do a video. So I'm putting the two together and doing a book and a video in one. So it will be a book. And just got this idea, went to a book publishing class of putting the pictures together with a video with some simple bullet points. So you could do it either way. I hope it's done soon.
Yeah, we could.
The next few months, yeah.
The team at MS Foundation, you guys are gonna let us know about all these up and coming exciting
All right, any questions? We are going to do a little short relaxation visualization before we move on to the next.
How do I get out of this?
Well, you can stay there if you want.
Just walk out there.
Well, you're going to come slowly. When you ready to come out of this? All right, bring your knees in. So you don't come out of these poses fast, right? You ease into it. You're going to roll over to your side like a baby and stay there for a few minutes. Okay, you want to go to the other side? Go to the other side. Stay there for a few minutes like a baby, right? You're going to have a rebirth.
You okay, Carolyn?
She's getting a massage, she's good.
Good? So the queen of yoga poses is Shavasana. Shavasana is called corpse pose or relaxation pose, and it looks like this. I know you guys don't do this, right? So you can use props. I think Jack was talking about different aroma oils or incense, right? Anything to help you relax. And then Yoga Nidra is a conscious relaxation, so you're actually staying up. And it takes you into a deeper state. I think the other thing I did not mention about meditation yesterday is that the studies show that 20 minutes of meditation is worth an hour of sleep. So people who meditate usually don't need as much sleep as they would have. All right, so I'm going to take you into a little guided visualization. So you're going to softly close your eyes. If you want to lie down in Shavasana, you can. So the point is to get relaxed in a nice position where you would lay down or sit in your seat. So anybody who wants to try it in Shavasana is welcome. As I said, Shavasana is the most challenging pose for some people. Relaxation is like a dirty word, right? It's just, or it's scary. It's really scary to relax. And close your eyes. So when stay here as long as you want.
What are you talking about that?
You can stay as long as you want, or you can come up.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
What's going on?
All
I
right,
missed
well-
the whole class.
You didn't. You were having the experience. You had a taste.
Boy, that was out of the question.
So softly close your eyes. So Yoga Nidra, there's actually a science to it, and it's a pretty deep training to be able to write down. I'm gonna read one that a friend wrote. So go ahead and have a comfy seat. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Boy, what happened while I was gone?
How do you feel?
Oh, I ate pretty good. A little bit faster. My shoulder's gone though.
We gotta work on the shoulders. All right, softly close your eyes. Come to a natural breath. We're not trying to change anything here. We're coming to a nice breath. There's no right and there's no wrong. So you're in a nice, comfortable position. And if you were home, you'd support your body in any way with rolls under your knees, maybe in one of these positions, maybe in the Shavasana. And so now we're going to go into a little Yoga Nidra here. So Sankalpa is an intention that you draw for your Yoga Nidra practice. So start to think about an intention, and it may be I'm going to relax, I'm going to feel gratitude, I'm going to be right here, I'm going to be right now, right here. So allow your intention or your sankalpa to well up from deep within your being. It can be an affirmation for healing your body, your mind, or your spirit. Allow it to come from your deepest source, your deepest intention, your heart's deepest longing, a place where healing occurs at the deepest possible level. Allow this intention to well up from that place and repeat it silently to yourself 3 times with deep feeling and awareness as though it is already happening. Repeat your sankalpa right now 3 times. Repeating your sankalpa. We now move on to the rotation of consciousness. As I name the different body parts, visualize the body part with your mind's eye. Hear my voice. Say the body part inwardly to yourself. Feel and sense the body part. Also feel movement as we move through the different parts of the body. Beginning with the left side of the body, to the left hand, thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, left armpit, left side of the chest, waist, hip, left thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, top of the foot, heel, sole of the foot, left big toe, second toe, third, fourth, fifth. Now take your consciousness to the right hand, thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, right armpit, right side of the chest, waist, hip, right thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, top of the foot, heel, sole of the foot, right big toe, second toe, third, fourth, fifth. Next, go to the back of the body. Back of the head, back of the neck, left shoulder blade, right shoulder blade, left buttock, right buttock, back of the left leg, back of the right leg, left heel, right heel. Go to the front of the body, top of the head, forehead, left temple, right temple, left ear, right ear, left eyebrow, right eyebrow, middle of the eyebrows, left eye, right eye, left nostril, right nostril, whole nose, left cheek, right cheek, upper lip, lower lip, both lips together, inside the mouth, the tongue, upper teeth, lower teeth, jaw, chin, neck, left side of the chest, right side of the chest, middle of the chest, upper abdomen, navel, lower abdomen, left leg, right leg, left arm, right arm, whole head, whole body, whole body. Become aware of an area of heaviness in the body. With each inhaling breath, allow the sensation of heaviness to begin to expand throughout the body. With each breath, the body becomes heavier and heavier. Now become aware of an area in the body that feels light. It may be as small as a finger. As you begin to breathe into this area, feel the lightness. Let the lightness expand. It expands throughout your whole body. Sensation of lightness spreads through your body like a slow motion wave from the soles of your feet to the crown of your head. Now heavy. Now light. Move back and forth between the two sensations, heavy and light. Heavy and light. Working with mind and emotions, remember the feeling of great sadness. Perhaps a time in your life when you experienced grief and sadness. In this moment, feel those emotions again, feelings of great sadness. Become aware of these feelings fully, completely. Now cultivate the opposite feelings of great joy and exuberance. Remember a time in your life when you were experiencing great joy and happiness. Feel sensations of joy wash through you like a slow motion wave. Feelings of joy, happiness, fully, completely. Now sadness. Now joy. Move back and forth between the two emotions, sadness and joy. And now it's time to repeat your sankalpa, your intention, the one that you used at the beginning of the Yoga Nidra. Repeat your sankalpa now, three times with deep feeling and awareness. Repeat your sankalpa now. Begin to allow your awareness to externalize as I count down. 5 to 1. 5, your body begins to move. Fingers and toes. Stretch in whatever way it feels good to you. 4. Become aware and alert. 3. You are aware of your body resting on the seat. 2. You're aware of other bodies resting in the room. 1. You're aware of the room and everyone in the room. And slowly starting to come back to full alertness. Slowly open and close your eyes.
Thank you very much, Mindy. We're going to go right